Eyewitness News This Morning. Tomorrow starting at 4:30 a.m.
On WFTV tonight, we stay on top of the major news you need to know.
With team coverage of breaking news, giving you details that matter.
The day's top stories and weather.
To prepare you for tomorrow.
WFTV tonight at 11 on Channel 9.
And I'm Greg Wormuth in Tallahassee with a live report on the special session and all the drama that played out at the state capitol building behind me.
Plus, a man on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list is now in custody.
You can call the old owner of the truck.
And the tag that's attached to this truck does not belong on this truck. And I'm going to go check the sticker as soon as I get another officer here because it doesn't look right to me.
Why he was on that list and the chance encounter locally that led to his arrest.
Our warm-up has just gotten started, but I'm still watching a slight chance for some rain late tonight, along with the changes this next cold front brings to us tomorrow.
This is WFTV Tonight.
The Florida special session is already seeing fireworks and disagreements with the governor and the leadership in the legislature. Good evening. I'm Martha Sagowski. We have two crews in Tallahassee tonight covering all of the angles of the immigration proposals that the governor wants and what is actually being brought up in the House and the Senate. We're going to hear from Shannon Butler in a bit, but first, my co-anchor Greg Wormuth is live tonight at the Capitol. And Greg, the first day certainly had sparks and many interesting moments.
They really did, Martha. I don't think any of us expected this much drama on day one, but certainly we got it. It started out with the gaveling in, or the starting of the special session that Governor DeSantis called for 1 month ago, but within 10 or 15 minutes, they dropped the gavel again, ending special session 1 without anything happening, and then quickly started special session 2. The focus still on immigration, but the governor says that they've gutted his original proposal. Let's take a look at some of the things now that the governor said are missing. Eliminating the interior enforcement provisions requiring state and local agencies to work together to get immigrants out. Illegal alien gang enforcement wanted by Governor DeSantis also out. Crackdown on illegals or undocumented people registering to vote is also out of this special session now. Also stripped the governor enforcement power, naming the ag commissioner the chief immigration officer. DeSantis took to social media late this afternoon and in a 3-minute video said the Republicans who did this, again, just gutted his policies.
You have to have a requirement that state and local entities actively cooperate with immigration enforcement federally. Otherwise, none of this stuff is going to amount to much. They gutted the interior enforcement provisions that we had where we're all working in unison. It's not enough to just say we're not a sanctuary state, which we're not. It's not enough to just say we don't have sanctuary cities, which we don't. We need everybody on board. We got to work as a team. Otherwise, this stuff just isn't going to work.
That again was late this afternoon, but before all that happened, Shannon Butler is with me here in Tallahassee. She's one of our investigative reporters, and she went looking for answers as to whether anyone saw this coming, and once it did come down the pike, their reaction. All right, Shannon, great work there. This entire Trump Act also has some things, though, that the governor wanted. And one of those is ending in-state tuition for undocumented immigrants. If that passes, it becomes law. That would happen next year. Also, financing enforcement with money on a first-come, first-served basis. The legislature would provide agencies, when they ask for it, for more money to help with the enforcement of the illegal or undocumented immigrant crisis, as they call it. Now, if you're wondering if the Trump Act stands for anything, it does. It's tracking and reforming unlawful migration. We will see again what happens in not too many hours from now in these buildings behind me. Again, reporting live here in Tallahassee at the state capitol, Greg Wormuth, Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Martha?
Hey, Greg, before you go, the governor mentioned the ag commissioner taking over enforcement. Why would that be an issue?
So the governor's not happy about it because he says that many of our undocumented immigrants are working in the agriculture field. So he said putting our ag commissioner in charge as the basic person that's going to make some huge decisions is like, a quote to Ron DeSantis, is like putting the fox in charge of the hen house. So he was firing barbs, and as you heard in that piece by Shannon, they were firing them right back at him. So tune in tomorrow. We'll be here to see what happens, Martha.
Interesting to see what happens. Greg Wormuth reporting live from the Capitol. Thanks so much, Greg. Well, the state of Florida will be having special elections to fill congressional seats left by Matt Gaetz and Michael Waltz. Gaetz' seat is in the 1st District in the Pensacola area. Waltz's seat is in the 6th District, which includes Volusia County. The primaries will be held tomorrow, and the elections will be on April 1st. Turning to weather right now, the nice weather has returned to Central Florida. Certified Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry live in Severe Weather Center 9. Tom, the Pro Bowl is back in town. Is this warm weather going to be sticking around for that?
Yeah, we've had some rough weather timed out for previous Pro Bowls. We'll have great weather, then all of a sudden a front comes, and then it's the Pro Bowl, and the weather's lousy for being outside. Right now, it's a nice evening, 54. We do have the Pro Bowl coming up this Sunday. That's a ways down the road, but we're looking pretty good. Today, we hit 74, slightly warmer than our average of 72. We are easily going to hit 80 in a few spots on Friday, the first 80s since the day after Christmas. So we'll have to jog your memory that it can certainly get warm here, even in late January in Florida. You can see our satellite radar. There is another front on the map. This one is vastly different from the last several that have come through with record cold or snow and temperatures in the 20s. It was 23 in Ocala on Saturday morning, just as an example. So we definitely turned the corner for now. Metro Orlando, we're going to stay in the 50s early for tomorrow morning, and certainly a lot warmer coming in off a relatively brisk early start to the races over in Daytona. But generally, we're going to keep things on the warmer side heading into the rest of the week. Not only warm weather, but we're also going to be taking a look at the extended rainfall outlook, Martha. That plays an important part into our fire threat going forward.
All right, Tom, thanks. We'll see you in a few. One of the FBI's most wanted is spending the night in the Lake County jail. After years on the run, the FBI says Donald Eugene Fields II was picked up by Lady Lake police during what started as a traffic stop. Channel 9's Sabrina Maggiore has been working through new body cam video of his arrest. And Sabrina, investigators say children across Central Florida are safer now that Fields, this guy, is off the streets.
Yeah, Martha, Fields has been on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitive list since 2022. Investigators say since then he changed his appearance and he even traveled throughout the state to avoid getting caught. And we're told by the FBI Fields made a first appearance today in federal court. He's being held now at the Lake County Jail until he can be extradited to Missouri, where he's going to face those charges. Martha?
Sabrina, thank you. New details tonight in Brevard County after a Cocoa Beach Elementary School principal and a teacher were arrested for child neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Police say more than 100 minors showed up at a house party at Principal Elizabeth Hill Brodigan's home. One student was so drunk that they needed help from rescue crews. Roosevelt Elementary teacher Carly Anderson was there as well. They've been placed on administrative leave from Brevard Public Schools. The district appointed Dr. Jennifer Clark, director of school leadership, as acting principal of Roosevelt. Right now, we're working to learn more about a road rage clash in Volusia County over the weekend. Police say 22-year-old Daniel Duarte got upset with another driver and fired a gun on Woodland Avenue in downtown DeLand. No one was hurt, but one bullet fired through the hoodie of one of the passengers in the other car. Duarte is facing aggravated assault charges as well as discharging a firearm from a vehicle. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says they found another victim in a sexual assault investigation. Antoine Scarpa was originally charged with 1 count of sexual assault and providing drugs to a minor. Then detectives say that victim told them there was another victim. After detectives interviewed the second person, they added more sex assault charges against that suspect. Well, a popular Orange County restaurant goes up in flames over the weekend. See the fallout from the fire and how the owners plan to reopen their doors one day. Tom?
Well, in days where it was getting colder and colder, now we're getting warmer and much warmer. I'm updating the temperature rise throughout this work week.
Sky Witness 9 on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, bringing you closer to the scene during live breaking news. Sponsored by Attorney Dan Newland. With the governor's plans revealed, the battle over immigration in Central Florida is happening now.
We should have secure borders. It's something that both sides actually agree with.
This week, Channel 9 digs into the impact of every policy.
It's not like the president can just sign something and it happens.
How the fight for citizenship will affect the economy, the country, and the lives of you and your family.
I try not to think about it, to be honest with you.
Live this week at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Fire destroys a popular Orange County restaurant over the weekend. You can see how much damage it caused at the waterfront on North Orange Avenue on Sunday. And as Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz reports, the business has a long way to go before they can reopen. The state fire marshal's office continues to investigate a deadly Palm Bay fire where 3 people were killed. A small memorial is growing outside the condo complex on Sunnybrook Lane where that fire erupted. A 15-year-old was able to escape, but his mother, Bethania Mendre, and 2 younger siblings died from their injuries. Since then, the community has rallied to support surviving family members. A GoFundMe page has raised over $21,000. On that page, the family says, "Your compassion is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, love and community can shine through." We have a link to that page on our website. Just go to WFTV.com. Rare rainfall in Southern California is triggering fears of flooding and mudslide. Thick mud has trapped vehicles in Woodland Hills and forced road closures in Topanga Canyon. Meanwhile, extra fire crews are being brought in to manage debris flow as a muddy slope creates more risks.
If we have water damage, that just adds another situation on top of already what we're going through.
The unusual rain was expected to end earlier today, but emergency crews are still on high alert. Well, the Florida Forest Service set a new record last fiscal year in terms of prescribed burns to prevent wildfires. The Forest Service treated roughly 277,000 acres of land last year. That's more than double the amount of acres from the prescribed fire total of last year. This is done to clear up the underbrush. That's really the fuel that can cause these wildfires to get out of control. The Department of Agriculture is recognizing this week as annual prescribed Fire Week, and some people wonder why we set ourselves on fire, and there's a reason why.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, you got to get it to where it's manageable. And sometimes they will start fires and they can kind of get a little bit out of control if it's a windy day, but usually they're getting pretty good at that.
Yes, they got it down.
Well, we got a good night tonight.
Yeah,
We've got the Pro Bowl that'll be in town as we head toward the weekend. We've had some, well, mixed results weather-wise. It's always difficult. I love the winters here, but sometimes it can be cloudy, rainy, and 50. We had some of that recently, or you can have sunshine and 80. And we may see a lot more of that coming up here the next few weeks. 54 degrees right now. Our Orlando warm-up here, the last 80-degree day I checked was the day after Christmas. We all remember that beautiful Christmas. It was awfully warm. The average high is 72. We're going to be well above that. In fact, we could be approaching 85 in parts of the area on Friday. How much have things changed after we had 23 on Saturday morning up in Marion County? You can see a little bit of rain ahead of our weak front. That front doesn't have a lot of jet stream support, and because of that, it's going to just kind of waft into the area. Temperatures will be certainly a lot milder than it has been the last several mornings, including up in Marion County again, where you had 23 Saturday morning with a wind chill of 16. Meteorologist David Hecker and I were texting on Saturday, and he was telling me it was 16. I'm like, oh my gosh. 48 in Citra, but no freezes for a while. Right now, that front's going to kind of move into the area. A few clouds, but overall, I don't expect a whole lot of rainfall with it. In fact, we could use some rainfall. We're still about an inch behind for the year, although January is a pretty dry month overall. We're not too far behind. Of course, we just got the year started. New Smyrna, we've got a pretty good day for you tomorrow. Notice that wind changing out of the north behind that weak front. We'll still make it into the 70s for highs tomorrow, and a warmer pattern that will likely establish itself for not only this week, but next week, and maybe into the middle part of February. So we can hope this great weather sticks around for the Daytona 500 because that's a big race here. Now for Kissimmee St. Cloud, look at that, 84 degrees on Friday. But let me show you what else we're looking at. This is Thursday into Friday. You can see that warm south flow. That's why it's going to get so warm. We have a front that's going to be approaching. This is Saturday. A couple of showers early. I always like to say let's get at least some rainfall when these fronts come through, because otherwise we're going to be dry, including Sunday 3 p.m. That will be just about kickoff time at Camping World for the Pro Bowl. And of course, they kind of have an exhibition now, but either way, the weather looks good. Mid-70s the next few days. Your 7-day forecast. Weekend always in view. Looking at low 80s for Friday for Metro Orlando, and a whole bunch of 80s. In fact, lots of 80s coming up for the following week. Martha?
Beach weather almost, Tom, huh?
I'm ready.
All right, coming up, some people who live in the villages have been billed for outrageous water bills. They want to know why and turn to Action 9 for answers.
Download the WFTV weather app. Get a localized forecast from Tom Terry. Just search WFTV. Brought to you by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newland.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now, 407-888-8000.
We went through this epic, historic snowstorm, and it's so unusual to get snow in Florida. So that's why we were digging into the forecast models, and we saw it come together in real time. And when we get a storm, whether it's a snowstorm or hurricane, we fan out. We send everybody out there, and they're all on a mission. Weather changes fast, so that's our job to see what's next and to expect the unexpected.
Central Florida's Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Dozens of residents in the villages are frustrated tonight after they were billed for thousands of gallons of water they say they didn't use. Now, several have reached out to investigative reporter Ashlyn Webb asking to get to the bottom of the problem, and today she went to the villages and pressed officials for answers. That doesn't make much sense. Hopefully those folks can get some answers up there. In Orange County today marked the start of Literacy Week, and the challenge is on to read 20 million minutes by April 30th. Orange County Public Schools launched the initiative at West Point Elementary, where students picked out new books at the book fair. Students, parents, and staff were all encouraged to join.
Our goal is really to motivate all of our students in Orange County Public Schools to develop a love of reading. And so we want to be able to come together in collaboration, faculty and staff, community members, and students to just encourage and instill that love of reading in our students early.
Literacy Week events will continue across the district in an attempt to inspire a love for reading. All right, let the good times roll. Mardi Gras coming to Universal Orlando starting on Saturday. They have a big lineup of musical stars on tap. You can see the lineup on your screen right there. This year's acts include Joe Jonas, Kool and the Gang, and DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore. They will also have plenty of unique food options and a parade. Mardi Gras at Universal runs February 1st through March 30th. Tom, I know you like Kool and the Gang, don't you?
Mike's on. Sure, let's go get it.
Don't go anywhere. Tom's back with a look at your cool wake-up weather next.
Kool the Gang.
Central Florida's Chief Meteorologist Tom Terry, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
The cool Tom Terry's here.
That ought to be a great concert.
Kool and the Gang, yeah, that would be a great concert.
Yeah, we're going to get down on this weather here. Waking up in the morning, some isolated sprinkles possible early, but otherwise mainly a dry cold front coming through and a beautiful 74 tomorrow.
No complaints here.
Well, complaint department closed at 4 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you back here.
During the week.
No, it's not. See you back here tomorrow.
I'm Clark Howard. Inflation is punching us in the gut, but I'm going to show you how to fight back on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News live stream, sponsored by Advent Health.
Whatever makes you feel whole, chase it. Advent Health. Feel whole.